everyone, it's Libby from Meister Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Warramai First Nations people, the traditional custodians of the land on which these videos are made, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. Right, if I'm holding something up, I do apologise. Part of the how to get beyond the senses and with the Yui-Tubi and all the rest of it is to actually have different stuff at the beginning of your videos. So I'm giving anything a go at the moment. Has been hitting a lot of us. I touched on it a couple of days ago. Your support has just been incredible. So thank you so much. But I've also had a lot of other readers reach out and say, oh my goodness, we're getting exactly the same thing. Danny Shea, David from Tarot by the Bay, Gary from Twin Tarot, Lady G, Linda G. A lot of them have been experiencing not only dropping views, but dropping subscriber numbers. So, hey, let's mix it up a little bit and see how that works. But I do notice since I put that video out, things have really taken a turn. So it does make me wonder if YouTube didn't like getting called out. But I'm going to behave myself and I'm going to try and not get in trouble with any of the censors. Right, you're wondering why I'm holding this up. It's because I'm going to use, in this particular reading, the Osho Zen Tarot. These were my mum's cards. I left the box back in New Zealand when I came home after going through my mum's, sharing with my mum her final months and her passing over. Oh, absolutely so honoured to have done so. Yeah, love you, Mum. She pops in for a chat every now and again, but she's not coming back. I'm just telling you, she has decided she's not going to come back into skin form. She is now moving on to being a mentor of spirits, and absolutely perfect occupation, if you want to call it that, for her going forward. So I left the box at home, and then of course by the time I got home, one of my beautiful viewers had sent me this little handmade satchel, pouch, whatever you like to call it, with an amethyst, remembering that my pendulum is also an amethyst, and a pentacle on it, which is about new opportunities. So this was absolutely fabulous. Love it. So what am I going to read on in this particular reading after babbling? I am going to have a read on the Voynich Manuscript. All I've written down is Voynich Manuscript, and I've brought up the Wikipedia page here. I have no idea where this is going to go. So what is the Voynich Manuscript? I'm reading off Wikipedia. It's an illustrated codex. Now, a codex is a name for an old, like a really, really old book, which was written on in vellum, which is skin, hide that has been basically tenderized down to paper, well, like paper, thick paper. And which has been carbon dated to the 1400s, the early 1400s. Stylistic analysis has indicated the manuscript may have been composed in Italy during the Italian Renaissance. The origins, authorship, and purpose of the manuscript are still debated, but scholars lack the translation and context needed to actually decipher what is written. That's just me putting an abridged version on. So it's pretty much unreadable. Hypotheses range from script for a natural language or constructed language, and unreadable code cipher, cryptology, blah, 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 blah. It's called the Voynich Manuscript after the guy that bought the book, I think, in the early 1900s, a Polish book dealer who purchased it in 1912. Okay, so the first confirmed author was a 17th century, so 1600s alchemist from Prague, and it's named after Wilfred Voynich, a Polish book dealer who purchased it in 1912. Okay, it consists of 240 pages, but there is evidence that some pages are missing, and the text is written from left to right, and some pages are foldable. So left to right indicates that it's not from the Far East, because they tend to write either top to down or right to left, or in the Middle East, because I think they write from right to left from memory as well. Okay, some crudely coloured diagrams showing people, unidentified plants, and astrological symbols. Okay, let's have a look. It's never been deciphered. None of the hypotheses have stuck and have been verified, and the mystery continues until today. Now, what really grabbed me while I was reading that was the fact that it was the first confirmed owner was a 1600s, so 17th century alchemist. Right, anything else I need to know in regards to this? Various parts of the manuscript have been radiocarbon dated. All samples indicated a date of the early 1400s, made from calf skin. Had not been written on before, because sometimes these vellum manuscripts, codexes, they scrape the previous ink off and rewrite. There's been a couple of the Leonardo da Vinci ones that have undergone that, and also back from Greek philosopher times as well, where they have found ones where the original was scraped off. Now, you're going to laugh at this, because I've been shuffling while I've been talking to you, and the cards that have popped out is the Queen of Cups, something in the cup that is unknown, feminine energy, and the Master. Now, the Master is an extra card in this deck, and it is about the teachings, the unknown that is there to be known, the ultimate master. Now, Meister is Gaelic for master, and it's also Gaelic for teacher, which is why I like it, because Angus, my main guide, is my teacher, but he likes it because it says master. But I love how we've got the Queen of Cups popped out as well. The feminine energy with something in her cup that is not yet known, that we've got the master teachings. Now, the goatskin if I keep reading, the goatskin binding and covers are not original to the book, but date to the possession, I believe, of the alchemist, the first owner. So, okay. Oh boy. What do we need to know? Right, a medievalist, so studies medieval history, discovered the parchment is soft, a texture found in books that have been heavily thumbed. This indicates the manuscript was handled or paged through a great deal, and likely serves some routine function, such as a medical manual or a celestial almanac. I can't get away from the alchemy. Its heavy use also has a workman-like role rather than sacred or ceremonial. Okay, where do I go with this? Love it. I can't get away from the word alchemist, but the unknown, and the cup, because cups do contain stuff that is, potions and etc. Created, and the master. Okay, the Voynich Manuscript. What do we need to know about this manuscript? And I think it's part of that knowing that is coming. There will be suddenly this light bulb ta-da moment with somebody will just suddenly break the code when humanity is ready to learn of it. Okay, my guides were very clear on that. When humanity is ready to learn. Let's have a look. What is this Voynich Manuscript? What do we need to know? Okay, telling me to stop. this Voynich Manuscript. I'm going to do a energy spread, which is slightly different. Okay, love it. Letting go. 8 of Swords. Right, so this is very much about when humanity... Oh, gosh, look what's on the bottom. Oh, the judge... Oh, no, not judgment. What's that? That must be the Tower card. 10, 14, 14, 14. That's not temperance. It has to be no 16. Sorry, don't know my Roman numerals. It is, yes, it's the Tower card on the bottom. This is about having to just break down everything that we thought we knew to be able to rebuild into the new. So yeah, the Tower card. Oh, sorry about those that were yelling at me. Tower card, Tower card. Absolutely, just the image alone. And then, of course, my Roman numerals getting back to front. I'm pretty sure there's probably some dyslexia in there because I always used to be a haute hanger type girl instead of coat hanger when I was growing up. But yeah, the 8 of Cups, the first signifier. The 8 of it's the the 8 of Cups, not the 8 of Swords. Sorry, my bad. Grey as swords, blue as cups. The 8 of Cups. This is about when we reach the point where we walk away from what is no longer serving us in this current humanity stream, is what my guides are saying, humanity stream. When we let go of the old ideals, the old determination, the old whatever we're hanging on to that no longer serves us, that's when this information will be released. So we've got the letting go, 8 of Cups, walking away from what no longer serves us, but it's also very much water energy. But we've got here the lilies growing out of the water, the growth of something new out of the emotions that we let go of. Well, this is interesting. The second signifier we've got is the beyond illusion. This is the Judgment card. When we have this collective awakening from our angelic spiritual realm, when there is this huge wake up and we step out of this complacency or this lower vibration and we step into the new, we step into the beyond. It's not an illusion so much, it's just discovering the beyond. Okay, the energies behind the scenes. Ordinariness. Okay, so the energy behind the scenes, it's the 8 of Pentacles, which is very much about the hard work or the money trails or the working for the working for the money. When this is the energy behind the scenes, where we are here and now, is about the ordinariness of waking up in the morning, going to work, coming home, cooking dinner, watching the telly, going to bed, getting up in the morning, going to work, coming home. This is the energy behind the scenes, the 8 of Pentacles. And I know it's essential because money is the way we barter, the way we purchase goods and services, etc. But this is the energy behind the scenes in the here and now, is the ordinariness of the life that we currently are leading. Now that's not a bruise, that's just some penning. Okay, where are we going with this? All the nothing. The second energy behind the scenes is the is that the 5, which is the Hierophant, the no thingness. But it's the Hierophant, but I'm going to double check that. I'm absolutely going to double check that because that's what it means. No thinginess. Let me read from the book. Being in the gap can be disorientating and scary. Nothing to hold on to, no sense of direction, not even a hint of what choices and possibilities might be ahead. But it was just this state of pure potential that existed before the universe was created. All you can do now is to relax into this nothingness, the uncharted waters. I keep getting that, uncharted waters. Fall into the silence between worlds and words. It just says the words, but I'm saying worlds and words. Watch this gap between the outgoing and incoming breath and treasure the empty moment of the experience. Something sacred is about to be born. Wow. I wouldn't even say it was the Hierophant, but I mean the Hierophant is not even about necessarily about governments. It's about the ruling of spirituality, but it's not even that. It's the nothing of what can be. Okay, love it. So the Voynich Manuscript. Coming out of the ordinariness, we have transformation. Now let me get it right. 1013, which is very much, it's death and rebirth. Oh, gosh, these are huge cards. So out of this ordinariness of day-to-day, I'm going to say drudgery, is coming a significant change of what was to what can be. Death and rebirth. It's not about death itself. It's about the death of what was and the rebirth of something new that comes from this letting go. We've got this nothingness, this space between, this space between words and worlds. It is the ending and it is the beginning. Okay. Seven of Swords. Ugh, politics. Seven of Swords is about, so in this nothing, no-ness, no thingness, we've got the Seven of Swords, the snake, the politics, the mask, the fakery, the lies, deceit, etc. Okay, I don't like that card, but let's see where this goes. I mean, it is very true, the deceptiveness here. So beware the deceptiveness. Crowning the reading, the High Priestess, the inner voice, the energy, the karma that is hanging over this manuscript is spiritual intuition, spiritual knowing. What is hidden will be revealed, and she does, in the traditional decks, hold a manuscript. Ace of Wands, the source. Now it looks like the sun. It's not the sun card, but boy oh boy does it look like it. Something powerful, something new, something new beginning, new plan, new knowledge, new message coming from the inner understanding of this manuscript. This is the karma that this manuscript holds. It's the secrets of that will bring about this new beginning. I can't get away from the feeling of alchemy. I do not like this politics card in this between worlds, but I do like this transformation that's coming here. So we really need to make sure that we don't, and what I'm really feeling too is these cards are below these cards, so therefore we need to be careful we don't suppress ourselves. The word they're giving me is suppress ourselves into the day-to-day politics. I'm really feeling, this is why I'm doing these spiritual readings, even on this Friday, because normally it's, oh my goodness, Friday, what's happening? because I feel like we're just dredging over old ground with the readings about the day-to-day politics, because there is nothing new that needs to be said. I mean, I know I put out a lot of readings. I know the readings, there's a lot to go through, but I've pretty much said it all over and over and over again. What is crumbling. There will be an interim government. There will be a new. Okay. We've got here the Queen of Swords. The morality, the outcome. It's about our morality. It's about thinking that all that is on earth is all that is. It's really interesting to watch with particular family members. My mum, being highly mathematically inclined, intelligent, and giving of service, was also incredibly spiritual. And she knew her path forward, and she was ready to go. So she, in her, when the diagnosis came through that the chemo had stopped working, instead of trying to seek any other option, she's like, right, yep, it's my time to go. And she did it with grace and dignity and no fear. She was not fearful. Whereas I've got other family members who are reaching that time in their life, and they are clinging on with their fingernails because they're not spiritual, and they believe that this is all there is, and they fear what can go forward. Now I've got a little ant crawling all over my cards there. That's pretty cool. Making his way across, seeking out something. But yeah, so the Queen of Swords, the morality. This is also about our mortality and our morality, and it's about the truth, the internal truth going forward. Can also be about internal intelligence, internal skills, and internal strategy. Okay, going forward. Right, intensity. Woohoo, look at that flying away. So what way is that pointing? It's pointing the page. I hope I've got this right. The Page of Wands. New message being brought forward. So the energy, the karma over this manuscript is this new message. We've got here the feminine energy with its morality and mortality, understanding of, new intellect, internal, harsh truth, brutal reality at times, bringing forward this new message, new information being brought forward with that page. And then we've got the Page of Cups, an unexpected, out of left field message that is asking us to trust. The universe has got us. This is where we are meant to be going. Page of Cups, unexpected, new messaging. It'll take some pretty much by surprise, but it is about trusting that this is the path we are meant to be on. And we've got which way is that pointing? This is the Knight of Swords. Understanding. Charging forward with this new understanding. So those of us that lean in and trust will charge forward with this new understanding. Now this card was actually upside down, so I'm going to leave it upside down. I usually don't leave cards upside down, but this is the outsider. This is the Five of Pentacles. For those that are not prepared to to unlock the door to go into this new energy, they're going to be left behind. I keep saying there is going to be an element of humanity that is going to be left behind. because they are not prepared. I know this is locked, but it is locked because this figure here is refusing to seek out the key to be able to move forward into this new world, this new dawn, this new beginning. We've then got the Seven of Cups, projection, and loneliness, the Hermit. So those that will refuse to step through into this new beginning will find themselves in this, I'm going to say almost like glitching energy, this delusional energy, this confusion, smoke and mirrors, the inability to see the value of this, and they will find themselves isolated, alone. And what's this one? This is the isolated, alone, and the understanding. This is the Knight of Cups. No, this is the Page of Cups. Who's this one? Trust. That's the Knight of Cups. Page of Cups. Sorry for those that were yelling at me, but they're still the same energy. They're in the same space. Trust. Unexpected left field. So I'm still learning these cards. And then the last one is because those that refuse to step through into what can be discovered are going to be left in this materialistic, delusional world, and they'll be left behind. And then we have the King of Swords. They will find the truth too confusing, too mind-boggling, ungraspable for them. And on the bottom, as I said, we've got the Tower, the energy underneath all this, the Tower. It's about a destruction of what has gone before, what we thought was. And then we've got, what's this one? Courage. There's me looking at my cheat sheet. 5, 6, 7, 8. Strength. For us to go, those of us that are prepared to move on from the, how do I put it, guys? The what was the stable foundations. It's going to require strength, but we are going to gain strength and growth. So, love those cards. Love those cards. So, what does this manuscript contain? I think this manuscript contains knowledge of alchemy that will be exposed when we are prepared to step into the knowledge of it. Okay, and that is only going to come when we shift from this 2D existence, and I'm calling it 2D because it seems like we've gone backwards and even lesser than 3D. When enough of us shift into this new energy and peace is brought, like as in brought forward, as in to bringing peace. Okay, that was pretty cool. I'm going to leave it there. Go and do some reading. Love your comments. Feel free to explore this yourself, and I shall catch you shortly.